If you're about to buy a used Mercedes S-Class, I need 30 seconds of your time before you sign anything. Because somewhere out there, right now, a guy is standing in his driveway watching a tow truck haul away a $100,000 car he bought for 22 grand. He thought he found the deal of a lifetime. What he actually found was a $4,000 a year second mortgage with leather seats. The S-Class is the flagship. It's the car that's supposed to say, "I made it." But there are specific years, and I mean specific, down to the VIN specific, where that same badge becomes a financial trapdoor. Air suspension systems that fail twice a year, electrical architectures so complex that a single module replacement costs more than most people's car payment, engines with a design flaw so well documented that mechanics see you pull in and just shake their heads. I'm going to walk you through 7 model years of the Mercedes S-Class that have drained more bank accounts than any other luxury sedan on the used market. Stick around for number 1. It's a year so bad that some independent Mercedes shops will flat out refuse to take it in for service. Let's get into it. Number 7. The 2008 S-Class. We're starting with the year that looks the safest on paper and still manages to bite people. The 2008 W221 was Mercedes' big reset after the disaster years of the early 2000s, but it launched a new generation of Airmatic air suspension that took a few model years to mature. Here's the number that should scare you. A full Airmatic strut and compressor replacement on this generation runs $2,500 to $4,500 per corner if you're doing it at a dealer. And most owners don't replace one corner. They replace 2 or 3 within 18 months of each other because the system fails in waves. That's a 5-figure suspension bill on a car you bought used for the price of a Honda Civic. Add in the early generation command infotainment system, which is notorious for screen freezes and navigation module failures that run $1,200 to $1,800 to fix, and you've got a car that nickel and dimes you until you're the one who's broke. Number 6. The 2010 S-Class. This one surprises people because it's a facelift year. Usually that means Mercedes ironed out the bugs. Instead, 2010 introduced a new generation of the 7G-tronic transmission paired with revised engine management software, and the early units of that pairing had a habit of going into limp mode with zero warning. When this transmission fails outside of warranty, you're not looking at a simple fluid flush. A full rebuild or replacement on the 7G-tronic in the S-Class runs $4,000 to $6,500, depending on whether you go OEM or remanufactured. And because the transmission control unit is tied into the car's broader electrical architecture, diagnosing the actual root cause before the repair can run you another $300 to $600 in labor alone. And that's before they fixed a single thing. The owners who get hit hardest are the ones who bought this year because it was the updated one. It wasn't updated enough. Number 5. The 2014 S-Class. Now we're getting into the truly expensive territory. 2014 was the launch year for the W222 generation, the car that introduced Mercedes' new multi-beam LED headlights, a fully digital cockpit, and an air suspension system with adaptive damping called Magic Body Control. Magic Body Control sounds incredible in a showroom. It's a nightmare in a driveway. The system uses a stereo camera mounted near the rearview mirror to scan the road ahead and adjust suspension in real time. When that camera or its control module fails, which happens with an alarming frequency on early units, you're not looking at a normal suspension repair. You're looking at $5,000 to $8,000 because the camera, the control unit, and often the suspension struts all need to be replaced together as a calibrated system. Launch year W222s also suffered from a rash of electrical gremlins tied to the new fully digital instrument cluster, flickering displays, false warning lights, and intermittent dead batteries from modules that wouldn't go to sleep properly. Individually, these are a few $100s each. Collectively, over 3 years of ownership, they add up to a car that costs more to keep running than it costs to buy. Number 4. The 2003 S-Class. Now we're entering what longtime Mercedes technicians call the dark years. The W220 generation, built from 2000 to 2006, is widely considered one of the most unreliable Mercedes platforms ever sold in the United States, and 2003 sits right in the worst stretch of it. This was the era when Mercedes first introduced Airmatic air suspension to the S-Class on a mass scale, and the early compressors and air struts had nowhere near the lifespan of later generations. Full failure of all four corners is common by 150,000 miles, and replacement, parts, and labor regularly runs $6,000 to $9,000 if you're doing the entire system rather than patching one strut at a time. But the suspension isn't even the scariest part. The 2003 S-Class used the M113 V8, and on higher mileage examples, the engine wiring harness, which Mercedes coated in a type of insulation that degrades and turns sticky over time, starts to fail. Replacing a full engine wiring harness on this generation is a labor-intensive nightmare that can run $3,000 to $5,000 on its own, because the engine essentially has to come out to access it properly. Buy this year used and undiagnosed, and you are gambling four figures every single time you turn the key. Number 2, the 2021 S-Class. This is the one that catches people off guard because it's brand new. Surely a 2021 luxury flagship can't be a financial trap, right? Wrong, and this is exactly why newer doesn't mean safer when it comes to S-Class ownership. 2021 was the launch year for the all-new W223 generation, and it debuted the most complex infotainment system Mercedes has ever put in a production car, MBUX with a hyperscreen option spanning the entire dashboard in one piece of curved glass. Early units suffered widespread software bugs, frozen displays, and critically touch-sensitive controls that began failing within the first 2 years of ownership. Here's the number that matters. Replacing the hyperscreen assembly out of warranty is estimated at $10,000 to $15,000 because it's not a simple panel. It's 3 integrated OLED displays bonded into one curved unit. If you buy a 2021 Mercedes once its factory warranty has expired and that screen starts acting up, you are one repair away from a bill that rivals the cost of the car itself. Combine that with launch year air suspension recalibration issues and a still maturing semi-autonomous driving system that some owners reported triggering false braking events, and you've got a car so new that even Mercedes-owned dealers were still learning how to fix it properly. Number 2, the 2000 S-Class, the very first year of the W220 generation. This is the year Mercedes essentially used paying customers as the final stage of testing for a platform that was rushed to market to compete with the new Lexus LS43 and BMW 7 Series. Beyond everything we covered with the 2003, the failing air suspension, the degrading wiring harness, the 2000 model year has an additional and brutal problem: rust. Mercedes switched to a different, more cost-effective steel coating process for this generation, and it backfired catastrophically. Rust forms in the wheel wells, the subframe mounting points, and worst of all, the floor pans. By 20 years old, a shocking number of surviving W220s have structural rust significant enough that mechanics won't even put them on a lift because the jack points have corroded through. If you find structural rust on the subframe of an S-Class, you're not looking at a repair bill anymore. You're looking at a car that's no longer safe to drive and effectively unsellable except for parts. People have paid $4,000 for one of these thinking they got a steal, only to discover $8,000 in rust repair just to make it roadworthy again, on a car worth $4,000 once it's fixed. Number 1, the 2002 S-Class. And here it is, the year that Mercedes technicians dread seeing roll into the shop. The year that, according to long-term reliability data, has the single highest rate of major component failure of any S-Class ever built. 2002 sits at the exact intersection of every problem we've already discussed, stacked on top of each other. The Airmatic suspension failure rate is at its absolute worst. The electrical wiring harness degradation is in full effect. The rust issues from the early production years haven't been addressed yet. And on top of it all, 2002 was the year Mercedes' notorious balance shaft timing chain tensioner issue on certain V8 variants began showing up in the field. A problem that, if ignored, can lead to catastrophic engine failure, requiring a full replacement north of $10,000. Owners of the 2002 S-Class have reported a brutal pattern: air suspension in year 1 of ownership, electrical gremlins in year 2, and then, if they make it that far, a wiring harness or engine issue in year 3 that finally makes them give up entirely and walk away from the car. Total cost of ownership over 3 years on a poorly maintained example has been documented north of $25,000 in repairs alone, on a car that often sells for under $6,000 used. This is not a car. This is a financial sinkhole wearing a 3-pointed star. Before we get to what you should actually buy, here's the one habit that separates the people who walk away clean from the people who end up on a forum at 2 a.m. asking strangers why their car won't start. Never trust the listing photos. Never trust the seller's word. Run the VIN through a pre-purchase inspection at an independent Mercedes specialist, not a generic mechanic, a shop that specifically works on Mercedes air suspension and electrical systems, before you hand over a single dollar. That inspection costs $150 to $250. Compare that to the $6,000 to $15,000 repair bills we just walked through, and it's not even a real decision. Ask for service records going back to day one. A car with documented Airmatic replacement, updated wiring, and a clean rust inspection report is a fundamentally different purchase than the same year with no paperwork. Two identical-looking 2002 Mercedes S-Classes can have a $20,000 swing in true cost of ownership based on maintenance history alone. The sellers who refuse a pre-purchase inspection or get cagey when you ask for records are telling you everything you need to know. Listen to them. So what do you actually buy if you want an S-Class without the bankruptcy risk? Look at 2017 through 2020, the later more refined W222 years after Mercedes worked out the magic body control bugs. Or go all the way back to a well-sorted 2012 or 2013, the last and most reliable years of the previous generation before the W222 launch chaos began. But if you're looking at a 2000, 2002, 2003, 2008, 2010, 2014, or 2021 with no service records and a price that seems too good to be true, it is too good to be true. Walk away. Or budget like you're about to buy a second car in repairs within the first 18 months, because statistically, you probably are. If this saved you from making a six-figure mistake, that's exactly why I made it. Subscribe for the next breakdown before you buy your next luxury car, because the dealership isn't going to tell you any of this.